This topical study will be called Names. What is the correct pronunciation of the name of the Father, the Son, and the tribe? Can we render a proper pronunciation in this day and age, or are we too removed from the original saying of the name? Does it matter whether we pronounce it correctly? How do the names of the Father, the Son, and the tribe appear in Scriptures? In this topical study, based on my interpretation of evidence, the following will be used: YaHuWaH, YaHuShuaH, and YaHuDaH. The Father's name in the Tanakh, which is the Old Testament, is written as YaHWHY. It is found in there approximately 6,213 matches and 5,266 verses. Here is a chart showing exactly where they are found. Now, in these 6,213 matches, the name of the Father is spelt in multiple ways, always with YaHWHY as the basis. Sometimes you get the bet in front, the hey in front, the vav or the wa in front, the lamed, the kaf, the mem, and the shin. Now, note that the name of the Father does not appear in the following books: Esther, Ecclesiastes, and Song of Solomon. Although in Ecclesiastes it appears 40 times as Elohim as a reference to him. Also, the name of the Father appears in the Scriptures 49 matches in 44 verses. It appears as a short form, Yah, as in Yod-He. Messiah's name, or the Son's name. Now, most people in the English language know his name as Jesus. Now, how did we get Jesus? Well, Jesus comes from the Greek. In the Greek, Iesus, which you can find here as in Hebrews 4:8, you will notice that Iesus, which is G2424, which is also a derivative or known as Joshua in English. As we compare it to the Aramaic, it actually says Yeshua, son of Nun. So we have a direct correlation here that Jesus' real name was Joshua, as you would say in English. And this information I found in a video called The Evolution of the Messiah's Name by William Sanford. And he's the author of the HalleluYah Scriptures. I suggest you check them out. They are phenomenal. Now, he's not the only one that notices that this change has occurred and that there is in the Greek and compared to the Aramaic. Now, Adam Clarke's commentary also talks about the name of Jesus actually being YaHuShuaH. Another gentleman that also saw this was Albert Barnes. He also made the same commentary on Hebrews 4:8, where the name of Jesus should have been rendered Joshua. Now, if we compare Hebrews 4:8 and Acts 7:48, you will find that the word Iesus is used in both occasions, and both are G, which is the Strong's number G2424. And one of them says Joshua and Joshua, which is Jesus, which also our Father, in their turn, brought in Joshua when they entered the possession of the nations that God thrusts before the face of our fathers unto the days of David. And that's a rendition of Acts 7:48. So again, both refer to Iesus as Joshua. Now let's take a look at the three different ways in Hebrews that Joshua is actually spelled out, or the English version of Joshua is spelled out. You will see that in Exodus 17:13, where you have the Yod-He, Wa, Shin, Ayin. In Deuteronomy 3:21, you get Yod-He, Wa, Shin, Wa, Ayin. In Nehemiah, you get Yod, Shin, Wa, Ayin. The Aramaic Peshitta uses Nehemiah 8:17 and uses the basically his name as Yeshua. Again, here you can see how many times Yeshua or Yeshua or YaHuShuaH or YaHuShuaH is used in the Tanakh, 199 verses to 218 matches. Again, most of it is based on Yod, He, Wa, Shin, Ayin. So the variable of Yod, Shin, Wa, and Ayin appears in 29 verses at 29 matches. Again, the basis is Yod, Shin, Wa, Ayin with the Vav and the Bet Vav or the Lamed in front of it, giving you different variations in the English as and that, or to. Again, this is the preferred name used in the Aramaic Peshitta. Now, what I find is that most people use the word Yeshua or and so on and so forth, but they always, I think, kind of forget how it all comes about. Because I was looking in the scriptures, how do you get Yeshua out of that? You got to have pretty well the Wa in between the Shin and the Ayin. That's mostly throughout the Tanakh and everywhere else that I've seen it. So whenever I see the spelling in Hebrew of Yeshua, they always forget to put the Wa in between the Shin and the Ayin. So let's take a look at Yehudah's name, the tribe of Judah as we know it. Again, it appears in the Tanakh in approximately 818 matches, 754 verses. And it is spelled basically Yod, He, Wa, Dalet, He. Okay, again, with different letters in front of it to give you an in or and at or and or as of, as in the English language. Each letter is kind of like one of those. So we'll take a look at the name comparisons. So in Hebrew for the Father's name, it's Yod He Wah He, YaHuWaH. For the Son's name is Yod He Wah Shin Ayin in most cases, which is YaHuShuaH. And for the tribe, it's Yod He Wah Dalet He, which is YaHuDaH. All the names proceed out of the Father's name. Conclusion. There are two grammatical rules the established authors and scholars that I follow when it comes to the possible interpretation of the Father's name, Yod He Wah. You have a consonant vowel consonant, or consonant vowel dash consonant vowel consonant, or consonant vowel dash consonant vowel dash consonant vowel consonant. So let us consider the aforementioned grammatical rules on the connecting of the letter concept. Yod He, which is Yah. Why not Ye? Why do we pronounce it Yah but not Ye? Okay, why not? Why can't they be both right? Yod He Wah He. Some people call it Yahweh, Yahovah. Why not YaHuWaH? The Wah is like a double U, as we say, not a silent vowel, as most people pretend it is. It is the H or the He, now pronounced He instead of Ha. Why is it that way? Why not YaWaH, 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 YaHuWaH, etc.? What about the tribe? The Yod, He, Wa, Dalet, He. Why not YaHuDaH? Why not YaDaH? Because we said that the Wa is silent. Okay? Is the Wa, or the, as we know it as a double U, a silent letter? Why not YaHuDaH? Why not YaDaH? Okay? The Son's name. Yod, He, Wa, Shin, Ayin. Yeshua. Why do we say Yeshua? Because there is a a wa missing in between the shin and the ayin. Why not YaHuShuaH? Is again, the wa, or the W as we know it, a silent vowel as above. How do we get shua out of, again, the shin and the ayin? Why not YaHuShuaH? Why not Yeshua? Why not Yasha? Etc. There's a lot of contradiction on applying vowels, with the most notable one adding a U in between the shin and the ayin to get Yeshua. The Masoretic Nikud, early Middle Ages, that came from the early Middle Ages from the 5th to the 6th century CE, attempted to resolve this issue. Now let us consider for a time, prior to the Masoretic Nikud, Josephus Flavius Joseph, or as they call him, in his War of the Yehudim, the Jews, a contemporary at the time at the end of the Second Temple period, he comments on the sacred name of HWHY. In Book 5, Chapter 5, a description of the temple in paragraph 7. I'm not going to read you the Greek, but in the English translation, it says, his head was covered by a tiara of fine linen, wreathed with blue encircling, which was another crown of gold, whereon were embossed sacred letters, to writ, 4 vowels. So let us consider how these established authors that I've mentioned earlier render YaHuWaH, okay, which appears in the Tanakh about 6,213 times. Okay, and also Yeshua, or which is 197 times, or YaHuShuaH 197 times, and YaHuShuaH, YaHuShuaH, which is done twice. Okay, I'm missing the yod in front of the one, and that's times 197. Anyways, with that in mind, a couple people, Eric Bissell, Mr. Stephen Pidgeon, and William Sanford, render it as YaHuWaH. And YaHuShuaH, without the shin, in between the shin and the or the ayin, there's no wa, or YaHuShuaH when there is a wa in between the shin and the ayin. And another gentleman, Jeff Benner, pretty well renders it possibly multiple ways in case, I guess, we don't know exactly what the vowel points were at the time of the Messiah. And basically renders it Yahweh, and that's the preferred name he goes by. Anyways, based on that, all we can say from Jeff Benner, which is I'll quote him here, just as in many cases the mysteries of the pronunciation of the name of YaHuWaH and many other Hebrew words, it comes down to interpretation of evidence. And only when we find, I like this one, Moses' tape recorder, all these questions will be answered. In other words, what is written in the Masoretic text using the Nikud is a rendition of possibly what the pronunciation was back 4 or 5 centuries earlier. But here's the crux of it all, is that when we're teaching he uses Yahweh, to others, are we placing the importance on the pronunciation of that name? Or are we teaching them the character of YaHuWaH? The character of YaHuWaH can be summed up in the word unity when someone insists on a particular pronunciation, even to the point of making it a salvation issue, then that person is creating unity or chaos. I would suggest that he create chaos instead of unity. And we don't want to do that. So these are my thoughts on the names. So for myself, I will consider, as I go back to the first slide, at this point, I would go with YaHuWaH, YaHuShuaH, and YaHuDaH.